Hello and welcome to another episode of Anime Lounge Short Flights. I'm your host Lance here to share episode 5 of Ragna Crimson. And if you've been following me up till now, you'll know that I am also reading the manga along with each and every episode, so I can talk to you about a lot of differences. And up until this point, the manga and the anime have been so knit close to each other that this one finally strayed off just a little bit. And I'm only going to say just a little bit because it was mostly just there. But there was quite a few differences that happened this time too, that you guys might find interesting. So, firstly, this takes place with chapters 8 through 11. That's a lot of reading. 8, 9, 10, 11, four freaking chapters I read. And not only that, but there was also chapters 8.1 and 8.2. More material in 8.1 and 2 that you did not get in the anime. And I'm really curious if that's going to be in the next episode because it's pretty relevant information, but I'll share it with you guys now because it's where I read. Okay, so we started this episode with I gave you a teaser in the last episode that Thunder Dragon and the head on the spear wasn't actually dead, and that was fun because now he's alive and he's a baddie. Second seat, I think he sounds a little German. Wolka Takami, something like that. He's gonna be a pain in the ass, that's for sure. Second seat, he's got a temper, he's got all this ego, and all he's just got this. He's gonna be powerful. I can't wait to see him fight. Um, One thing that the anime left out that the manga left in. Remember when the Thunder Dragon was asking for his heart back, and then he, you know, pissed off and went hunting. Uh, what's her name? The winged dragon Ultimatia gave him a 1 hour time limit to go do what he wanted to do, and then well, we can assume that she was just going to cut off his head again or something. But yeah, the manga said he only had 1 hour to go do what he was going to do. So I found that very interesting, and the anime skipped over that. Um, Before we get into more of the anime, because that was chapter 8, I'm going to talk about chapter 8.1 and 8.2. They were kind of shorter, they were only a handful of pages long, but at the same time, what they entailed was just Leo. We got to go back in time with Leo. She was basically in a sleep like coma for 2 weeks. She slept it all off. And then when she woke up, she was a lot better. She didn't seem super sad about Ragna quite, but she was definitely feeling hurt in a sense that she knew she was weak and that she needed to leave Sykes. Sykes was that number 2 dragon hunter guy from the first couple episodes. And she had to leave. Chapter 8.1 was her being there and Sykes talking himself up because he's super egotistical and he's super rich and he's super popular and he just has that ego. And really the only thing to take away was Leo woke up and Leo left. So that was we need to see that in the next episode. I'm sure they will. Because these chapters in the anime kind of flip-flopped a lot of stuff. So what I'll talk about next is um well, the flip-flopping, I guess I'll stick on that. Okay, so in the anime, at the end of the episode where they were showing the dragon heads in the capital and like, hey, we caught these guys and don't be scared because we're gonna hunt any dragons that come around. That doesn't happen as soon in the manga as it did. It actually happens at the very end of chapter 11, and chapter 9 was all of that future Ragna bullshit. So if you got confused about why Ragna was getting captured by all the dragon heads, well, the top 12 seats, I was very confused in the manga when I read it. But he had longer hair and he was a little bit older, and of course, all the dragons were still alive. The fat one, the fire one in the very beginning, and the wind dragon. They were all still alive, so that should have been a clue to like obviously it was in the future. But the takeaway from that one, oh my god, every single dragon was once a human, and we have Ultimatia turning them into these superpower dragons, and I think that's super awesome. Now it makes me wonder: is that an extra super perk that our Ragna, not future Ragna, but our Ragna also absorbed from his future self? So not only does he have all the silver abilities, the silver aura, but does he also have some hidden potential dragon power? And I really, really want to see that because now I kind of expect it. We saw that he was stabbed in the back with a dragon sword. We saw his blood getting rushed with whatever was getting pumped into it. So now I want to see some extra abilities out of him. So that's gonna be super interesting. We really don't have too much more. I mean, everything else is pretty self-explanatory at that point. We have Lieutenant Rowan and some Chimera working under Veronica, who is Crimson's alter ego, I guess. And they only got introduced in this episode, but reading, they gave me a little bit extra information, what I assume is going to be in the next episode because they skipped over this. But like I was saying with Rowan spying on Ultimatia, they're gonna be a little bit more important. Hopefully we'll see them actually be important. I like to see him attack because it was sounding like Rowan and that Chimera were like made just like that slime was. So I'd like to see that one explained a little bit more. But I guess we'll see. Well, I hope that there's a lot of information that I tried throwing at you and as much memory as I could because so much was so out of the place, and we got a lot of those chapters 8.1 and 8.2 got totally skipped over. And I don't know why, but we'll see. We got to see Leo again. It's been quite a few episodes, so we'll see her soon enough. Can't wait to see it more. Like I said, I want to see Ragna with some dragon powers. Can't wait for that one to get awakened. Let me know what you guys think as well. And that's going to close up today's episode. Please go follow the Anime Show on Facebook and Instagram if you're not already there. Please leave a like and a comment. Please subscribe. That'd be awesome. And I will catch you guys next week.